Hey guys, George at SoundTraxx here. This week we want to talk about steam engine. We're going to go turn back the clock and go back to the days of steam. And we're going to familiarize you with certain ways steam locomotives work, because this has come up a couple of times with customers we've talked to recently, either over the phone or via email. So wanted to kind of clarify some things so that you can understand how steam locomotives work. What am I talking about? Well, let's go ahead and get started. Now, one of the things that has come up is the sound reproduction of steam locomotives. And there's certain companies out there that are advertising things such as an infinity chuff or whatever they want to call it, because they're claiming that a steam locomotive produces random chuffs. And one of the quote-unquote knocks on the SoundTraxx decoders were that you hear a distinct 4-beat pattern. Well, let's go ahead and dispel that myth right away. Now, in front of me today, I have our Blunami decoder, and even though I'm using Blunami, I'm only using it so I can show you the screenshots to show you what we're making adjustments on. But everything we're going to talk about today is going to cover in the Blunami, the Tsunami 2, and the Econami, and any of our decoders that we've done in the past. Now, the way a steam locomotive works, and I'm going to show this illustration here, is that steam will be injected into the cylinder on the front side of the piston, which forces the piston back towards the rear of the locomotive, and that's what creates the rotation of the wheel. Now, once it reaches the end of its stroke, then the valve opens, the steam exhausts out, and that's what you're hearing as a chuff, and then the valve closes, and then steam is injected on the other side of the piston, forcing it forward, which is what pulls the rods forward to now, again, create the rotation. Now, the problem is that if you had just a single piston at top dead center, either forward or aft of the cylinder, then what could happen is the motion of the locomotive could be stopped. And so what you have is you have the second piston, which is 90 degrees out of phase, which is where you hear the term quartering, because the steam wheels on one side are basically 1/4 away from the other. And so what happens is when one is at the top dead center, the other one is still pushing, so it forces that to come back. And so you kind of get this rotating creation as the two pistons work just about 90 degrees of each other. So when they're at the extent of the reach, the middle one, or the other piston is at the middle, so you kind of get this rotation. And so the idea behind that is that so something is always going to be able to be pushing or pulling on the side rods to get the wheels to turn on a steam locomotive. Now, the big thing to remember here is that creates the standard 4 chuffs per revolution of the wheels that you're used to hearing. So you kind of get that 4 chuffs per revolution. Now, in the decoder, and I'm going to show you this on the Blunami screen, you can go to your sound settings and main sounds, and this is controlled in CV114, but you can set the exhaust chuff rate. In the Blunami app, it's called Engine Control. And you can see I have it set to a value of 97. Now, you can have a 0 to 255, 0 being the slowest rate, 255 being the fastest rate, and you can adjust that in until you get your 4 chuffs per revolution. Now, the biggest thing that I've been hearing from customers is that the 4 beats are a standard 4 beats. You hear a pattern, a distinct 4 chuff pattern. Chuff, 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 chuff. Oh wait, I promised Mackenzie. Chuff, 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 chuff. Anyway, the point is that these are reciprocating steam locomotives. And so with the slow RPMs of the wheels, you're of course going to hear a 4-beat pattern. You are going to hear 4 chuffs per revolution. It is not a random chuff. It doesn't sound distinct if it, as it's rotating and so forth. If it did, you got a big problem with your steam locomotive because it ain't working right. It means your timing's off, or your injector isn't working right, or you got something clogging up in there, you've got some problem. Now, remember, we're in Durango, Colorado. We live next to steam engines. We know how they work. We see them all the time. So anytime you have somebody trying to tell you that a steam locomotive does not create a distinct 4-chuff pattern, you can tell that that person has no idea how a steam locomotive works. And just to kind of give you an example, I know our cars are not necessarily the same, but they're essentially a reciprocating piston engine as well. They're just internal combustion, so they turn at a much higher RPM. But if you were to slow that engine down to the same rotations of a normal wheel of a chuff, you're going to hear a distinct pattern as well. Because that cylinder and that timing and everything can only create one sound of an exhaust. The difference is in a car or a diesel engine, you're hearing those RPMs at 2,000-3,000 RPM. You cannot hear those individual beats of each individual cylinder as it's firing. Whereas on a steam locomotive with only 4, as you slowly rotate the wheels, you can certainly hear that. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and go back. We're going to just move at a slow speed here with our locomotive. Of course, we have to blow our whistle signal. We're just going to go up to about speed step 5. And there is a little momentum in here, so you'll hear it working a little bit. Now let's go a little faster. Let's go to 10. Now, there is dynamic exhaust in here, so it's not very loud. Let's go ahead and go just a little bit faster to 15. So you can start to hear that 4-chuff pattern. Chuff, 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 chuff. It's a very distinct pattern, and it is something that is very evident on steam locomotives, as evidenced by some of these videos here.
All we gotta do is pull up the tuner and shove 3 on a little bit, and we're done.
So as you can see with the real world examples, you can hear those 4 chuffs per revolution. Now, of course, as you get faster, we're going to start going here a little faster. You can hear that dynamic exhaust kick in as the locomotive is slowly accelerating to speed step 42. But once it gets to speed, it kind of settles in. We'll go ahead and go to 45. But you can still hear that pattern because you can see the wheels are still turning, so you can still count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You can still count it, but it gives you a much more realistic experience than just running a random chuff anytime from the various different recordings that they've included in a decoder. Like I said, guys, we understand how these locomotives work. We understand them intimately, and we want to make sure that we're creating the best steam locomotive reproduction or simulation that we can to give you the most realistic experience. Now, I do understand that we're also not privy to live in Durango where we can see and hear steam locomotives all the time. So it's easy to fall victim to marketing jargon and bullet points and things like that. But always check to do your research and make sure that you understand what the feature is they're trying to sell you and how the decoders actually reproduce it. Because I can guarantee you, we know how it works, so our decoders perform that task correctly. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about is when it comes to our decoders, we also do have a digital cam. Now, our decoder can watch the back EMF and identify a rotation of the motor. So as I showed you there with that value of 97, anytime that you adjust that chuff rate, the decoder is saying X number of rotations of the motor equals 1 chuff. And so it may be depending on the driver size, depending on the gear ratio, depending on the motor. You may have 2.5 rotations of the motor equals 1 chuff, or you may have 1.5 rotations of the motor equals a chuff. And that's where you have that ability to adjust it. But our decoder, because it's watching the rotations of the motor, can keep that chuff in time to make sure that throughout the speed range, or whether you have a load or not on your locomotive, you're going to get those 4 chuffs per revolution. So to show you that, I'm just going to put some pressure on the locomotive to slow the wheels down. And you can see that the chuff slows and moves with the time of the wheels. And when I release, you can see that it still keeps in time because our decoder is watching the rotations of the motor. This is the advanced electronics that SoundTraxx delivers for you inside your decoders. And this feature, everything I've talked about today, is in the Tsunami 2 and the Blunami, and the reactive load-based dynamic exhaust is not in the Economy, but the throttle-based dynamic exhaust is. So as you have some momentum and as you accelerate on your Economy, you'll hear that load change. The chuff will get louder and more intense as it's gaining speed. But then when you back off and get settled into a regular speed, you'll hear that chuff back off. Only the Blunami and the Tsunami 2 bring you the load-based dynamic exhaust, which when we put a load, you hear that chuff get louder as the locomotive is working harder. Guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. I'll go ahead and bring this guy to a stop. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us at support@soundtraxx.com, and we'll be happy to help carry on a conversation. Or if you want rather discuss it, give us a call. We'll talk to you. We'll show you some more examples, and we'll be happy to have a discussion with you to show you all the cool features that we've got built into our steam decoders. In our Tsunami 2 and Blunami, with over 50 different sound effects, you can get the most realistic simulation of a steam locomotive that you can find on the market today. So be sure to check those out at SoundTraxx.com. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.